I bought slow blow fuses. They're the little itty bitty baby fuses.
14 raiders from Belgium have joined.
End of line.
Hello everyone, and welcome.
Vitoken have subscribed at Tier 1.
Yeah.
They subscribed for 38 months, currently on a 38-month streak. And says,
The Enrichment Center is committed to the well-being of all participants. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test. Thank you for helping us help you help us all. HUDS 601 think by your command.
Vital Knieve, thank you for the Tier 1 sub there, Ed, for 36 months. I appreciate that. Nah, depressed luck is just because I wasted like $5 on Amazon or something. I did end up buying slow blow fuses, but they're 5mm instead of 6mm. Whatever.
TechRW subscribed with Prime. They've subscribed for 17 months.
TechRW, thank you for the Prime sub and for 17 months of hanging out. All right, let's get over, talk about some things. All right. This is a DECWriter 2, and it does stuff when I turn the power strip and plug it in and do the things with the make it work stuff.
Subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 24 months. And says
it works.
Years.
See,
well
it's great. Yay!
REDSHIFT 1089S subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 42 months.
End of line.
Loracoo says CHEER 200. I ordered a 2.5-inch to 3.5-inch SATA converter sled and sent it to a locker 120 miles away. Want to swap?
End of line.
Boom! It does work eventually, some days, sometimes. All right, yay! Thank you all so much. Philip, thank you for the Tier 1 sub and for 24 months. I appreciate that. Redshift, thank you for the Tier 1 for 42 months there. And Chloe, thank you for the 200 bits. All right. Good news. Does things. Bad news. Doesn't do all the things. So what I just typed there was a bunch of E's. And you know what is not? Well, it was nice having a camera. No, the power supply just came unplugged. Cables. It's weird. Why is this so tight all of a sudden? I think it needs to go into the bottom, but the bottom has the ATEM. Okay, hold on. I'm going to disappear for just a second, and then I'll be right back. Perfect. Okay. So...
Did you break your LUTs again?
End of line.
Nah, this is the Tascam being stupid. All right. Here it is. Pin 3 is the top of E. And here's the thing. It's not actually missing. So if you really look, it is there. It is striking. Especially on the left there. We can really see it in a couple of spots there. It's striking, but it's weak. You guys want me to fix this, I guess? All right, fine. I'll go fix it.
XSGT Silverx subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 41 months, currently on a 41-month streak. And says, well, this is a new color mode lol.
End of line.
There. Sometimes the Tascam gets all cranky-like and doesn't want to do colors, whatever. It says, I'm an audio recorder. Why are you running video through me? So, yeah. Anyway. All right, that's where we do that. Or, no, wait. That's what the current problem is. So, we have an objective for today. Yeah, the smoked pin is lazy. It's weak. So that's pin 3. It's the one that got toasted. Something is not quite right with it. So I have an idea. And this is something I talk about at the end of the video that I'm going to release tomorrow. But I'll give you all a thing, or like we're going to do it today. We're going to find out if it works today. So first off, I need to ask and show something over at the computer. I'm not switching to the webcam because the video sources all got broken. Okay, first off, those of you who OBS, all right, why does the new one not have the exit button? Because on one of my computers, actually 2 of them, I updated it to OBS 32 and they removed the exit button from the UI. Is there a way of getting it back? This is like the dumbest, smallest problem, but I use this on the touch screen because it's the easiest, most reliable button to hit, and it kind of just sucks that it's going away. Anyway, that's one thing. Second thing, this is what we're going to do today. So the print head comes apart. Exit is top right. Yeah, but when you use no machine, it likes to put the button for accessing stuff there. So I can't grab that when I use the touch screen. Remove show me's exit button. I know, right? It was an unwelcome surprise indeed. Alt F4, again, touch screen. I feel like, okay, so this is the dumbest thing ever, okay? I felt like when Minecraft added the exit button to the main menu, that was the stupidest thing ever, but now they removed it from OBS, and I'm like, no, I needed that. I don't think anyone was playing Minecraft with a touchscreen on PC. Anyway, this is what we're doing today, all right? So the head comes apart. We can see that the pins from the solenoids go through some, like, crazy arrays of grids or whatever, and that they screw into the back. We're going to remove this solenoid for pin 3. So it's going to be this one, and we're going to see if we can re-lubricate it, because my theory is that maybe we smoked the lubricant because the resistance is fine and it still moves. So maybe it's the lubricant that's bad. So we're going to try that. But that means we got to remove it, which is going to suck because it's got like the coil wires and stuff in there. So this is going to be a pain in the butt. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna try and remove that pin and see what happens. But here's the thing, okay? Removing that pin is going to be scary. I'm not looking forward to it. So, because we gotta deal with the ribbon and the Kapton that holds down the coil wires, and we gotta desolder the thing, and then I'm not even sure how I'm gonna realign the pin back through the nightmare inside. I think the top is glued on, so it's not meant to be serviceable. So this is, blah. I'm not looking forward to this. It was removed according to this poll request. Boo! Can I go downvote a poll request? I know you can't. Remove exit button. Remove exit. Single other application has an exit button in the main UI. I'm gonna comment and be the person. This broke my workflow. Limited conversation to collaborators. Okay, I gotta find something to commit to OBS, and then I'm gonna comment on this and say, "You monsters." Also, hold on. I am not up to date here. I don't remember if I'd said it, but Chloe, thank you for the 200 bits. DZAC, thank you for the Prime sub, and for 29, that's this many months. Thank you. Months of Prime sub. And Sergeant Silver, thank you for the Tier 1 sub, and for 41 months there. I appreciate that. Commit the exit button. Ooh, see, I like how you think. Commit a new button called close, yeah. The only closer with "we are not soliciting feedback, please sawed off." Yeah. This is running all weekend. What do you mean this is running all weekend? All right. That's why no one updates OBS. Yeah, said in the thread they won't accept any patches to bring it back, even if it has an option. Ah, cool. Love that. All right. We want all those buttons to go away eventually. Well, then just grow a pair and get rid of the whole panel, or bring it back for those of us who want big fluffy buttons. Gosh. All right. Sorry. That was a very surprising update when I saw it. Anyway. All right. Here's the deal. I want to record, no start stop button. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like what? They're going to use face detection. When you're looking at the webcam, it'll start the stream. And when you get up and walk out of the room, it'll stop it. That's a new rule. All right. Yeah, okay. I'm going to record this whole process because I want to edit it into a second channel video, because I leave the main video that's going up tomorrow off, saying that I'm going to do this, but that I didn't want to do it in the main video because I am nervous about it destroying the print head, and I wanted the main video to end with it at least doing what I just demonstrated, where it actually kind of prints slightly, sort of. So, we might wreck this today. I don't know. The solenoid repair is going to be all weekend. I don't know. I think it's going to go very quickly. We're going to pull it out. I'm going to go, oh God, what have I done? And then it's going to be broken, and then we're done. So, okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do some recording because I need to intro this. So let me point the camera back at the E things. Always look on the bright side of life, yeah. Okay, where is it? There it is. Alrighty. First off, let me take off this thing. Hooray, it's brighter now. I could have turned up the exposure too, but I don't need the CPL on there for paper. Okay, how hard would it be to rewind a coil? I don't think the coil is the problem, because the coil measures the exact same resistance. Yeah, you can definitely see that the pin is actually striking on there. It's so faint, but it totally is. Okay. That's set to 4K. We don't want that. We want 1080. Okay. All right. What else can it print? I mean, other letters, you know, like A, B, a couple of C's in there. What went up in smoke? That's the thing. I'm thinking it could be lubricant that was in there. I'll throw this out there, okay? I reviewed the footage of my phone recording the whole thing, okay? Of it going poof. And I think there is a small amount of evidence that points to it possibly being the lubricant because something shot out of it. I don't call this out in the video, but you can see it. There's something that poof flies out and then lands inside the unit. I watched it in the video to try and figure out where it went, and it just seemed like it disappeared. I'm guessing that it was a hot oil bubble bursting or something like that. I don't know. How much smoke? I mean, you can go back and watch the VOD or just wait for the video tomorrow, because it's like, how do I quantify that? Like cubic meters or like... They make DEC voice recognition so we can implement that or work flawlessly. No, they do the opposite. It's very dense looking smoke, so I think it's grease, not electronics. I can see that. All right. Where went... I'm guessing you're asking where the thing went that it shot out. I don't know. It just kind of fell into like the bottom tray of the top. I looked in the video. I couldn't see anything in there. Unfortunately, that video was 720p. I already drank all the coffee. But yeah, I can look in here. I don't see anything. So yeah. All right. Let's record an intro for this so that we can continue. All right, here we go. That's not the intro record button. That is. Okay. All right. This video has not... This whole project has really been terrible. All right. Hello there. Today, we're going to work on the DECWriter 2 some more. I'm really hoping that this project goes well here with this final attempt at repairing this thing, because I'm going to remove one of the solenoids in an attempt to directly re-grease the pin in it. Now, we left off... No, let me do this. Now, we left off the last video... Let me think about phrasing. Now, we left off the last video where it looked like this. We can see the top of that E is missing, except that it isn't. It is actually there, but it's very weak. The solenoid that drives that pin went up in smoke in my last project because, well, let's make a long story short, I made a mistake. Now I'm hoping that it was actually the oil inside of the solenoid that burnt and expanded and heated up and smoked, because the resistance of the coil is still the exact same and it's clearly working. So I'm hoping there's just friction inside of the coil that's preventing it from moving as far as it needs to and with enough force. So I'm going to try and remove one coil from the print head of the DECWriter 2 and see if I can clean and relubricate the pin. There we go. E-rank music here. All right. Squinting desperately. I mean, if I zoom in more, you can actually see it. Here, I don't know if you saw it, Ben, the part that's working earlier in this stream. Here, I will let you definitively see that it is in fact printing with that pin. So in those center E's there, you can notice that there are in fact dots. They're just super duper faint. They are there. They're just faint. You know what? I'll go ahead and record a tighter shot of this. Here's a tighter shot of those E's. You can see that those, especially middle three there, it is printing. It is impacting. It's just extremely faint. The pin from the solenoid is barely tapping the ribbon onto the paper. God, you see the grain of the paper? That's impressive considering the low bit rate of the stream. We need to go deeper. I want to see the fibers. I mean, we could. Here. Stream exclusive content. Where are those letters at? There they're hiding. Okay. There you go. Now you can see there is, in fact, ink deposited on the top of that E. Yeah, so this is a manual Nikon lens that I have a reversing ring on that allows me to mount it backwards. And then the camera sensor is smaller than a Nikon sensor. So a Nikon lens will crop natively what comes in. And then I'm in 1080p here, which looks like that versus this, which is 4K, 1080p crop sensors as well. So it's all kinds of levels of zoomed. All right. Stand by my squinting, even though there's definitely some there, yeah. All right. Water. That's a brand new ribbon, by the way. The original ribbon was actual garbage. Look at how faint that is compared to the ribbon that's on there. I'm never throwing it away because it's the original one, but also, oh my gosh. Let's imagine if this is a 24 pin head. Look, if this is a 24 pin head, we wouldn't be doing this because I would just go, nope, I don't see any problem, and moving along. All right. I don't think I need to remove the keyboard. Oh, it's so crazy to actually be able to move the head now. All right. Okay, question here. I got a nit to pick, okay? So, phone, all right? It doesn't matter which phone. What do these buttons do here, okay? Tell me what these buttons right there do, okay? Just quick poll here. Volume of what? Sent a trick question. Zoom, just to be annoying. Oh, don't worry, it's plenty annoying. Media app, no. Volume for zooming. Volume of whatever the heck it decides. Detonator, volume wins. This is Android, who knows which volume level it actually controls. You're not too far off. Okay. On this phone, that controls the ringtone volume. Why? Nobody phone calls people anymore. If I hit this, it's not because I want to just change the volume of the ringtone. I want to change the volume of all notification sounds. It's so annoying. You have to tap it, open the menu, and then manually adjust with the touch screen the notification volume sound. Could change it. I just tried to look to change it, and I couldn't find it. Anyway, I'm clamping the... I was going to clamp the page sensor down, but we're gonna like remove the head here. Volume meter adjusts. So there's a checkbox for enabling it as the media volume or not, but by default, when you don't have that, it's the ringtone volume. Isn't changing the volume of the ringtone because that is the last one you changed? No. Because if I change it is always by default the ringtone. So if I go in here and I adjust notification sound, close this, it goes back, hold on, it goes back to ringtone because that's what the speaker means. 1010, that's what we're looking at today. Glad your Pixel doesn't do that. Yeah, it's super annoying. You can't change a button. It's always like that. As far as I'm aware, yeah. All right. Let me do some recording. All right. Now, if we look at the manual, we can see that you are supposed to be able to remove these solenoids. There is a nut here, and this whole thing slides out from the front. The pin actually goes all the way through this up to the front of the head. So I'm going to try and remove this solenoid to re-grease it, and hopefully that brings it back to life. But I have to worry about this ribbon cable, these wires that go to the coil, and then the depth of the solenoid into the head actually matters because the print head pin goes all the way to the front. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to get a really tight shot of the front of the print head so that I can see the depth of this pin. And then as I start backing it out, I want to make sure that it does actually move back so that I can just make sure that when I go to put it back, I get it calibrated to the correct position, because I could easily offset the pins from each other, and that's just going to give me all kinds of new headaches. Okay. Go Gadget, rule that I always have that always drives people insane. I don't clean anything until it's actually working, because, like, why? Watched the VOD multiple times. Pretty sure the smoke came out of the hole where the wires enter. I could see that. Yeah. All right, last screw, and we can see some of the cleverness that went into the design of this part, because this is a serviceable component that is replaceable here. It's not particularly easy to replace, but it is replaceable. So we're going to get a shot of the front here with the pins, and then we're going to, I don't know, probably desolder this one. I'm going to have to figure out which wires go from here to the edge of the board, and then remove this vintage, it's probably polyamide Kapton tape. I don't know. I think I'm seeing some fibers there. Maybe it's just yellow because it's 51 years old. But yeah, you can also see in here the ultra thin pins going into the print head. Yeah, I'm going to have to be real careful about this. Okay. Let's get our macro shot of the head first here. Looks like a Rebel Blockade runner. See why I was getting syntax errors? Only supports 8080, not Z80. I almost bought a Z80 this last week. There was a Kremenko Z2 at the same place that I bought this. It went for $360 some dollars. I could have bid more, but I was just like, you know what? I'm good. I don't need more S100 computers sitting around that I don't use. God, finally able to catch a stream and do more than lurk. It is nice to have you here. This looks deceptively fragile. Yeah, this will be super fragile. Yeah, I'm really nervous about that. $360 some dollars, probably full of decades old unmentionables. Actually, I think it might have been one of the coolest Kremenko Z2s ever sold. I'm pretty sure it came in an official wood case, and it had official 8-inch floppy drives to go with it. I really probably should have bought it, but I was not feeling it. Stockpiling technology you don't need couldn't be me. Yeah, I would never do anything like that. Anyway, I cut some lengths of S-video cables today for no particular reason, so I could do things. 1.6K 8088 module on eBay. Oh, for a Z80? That's nuts. You go like the official wood case would have brought termites into your office. Yeah. What happened so far? We did this. That's it. Oh, it works. Kind of, too. The pin is weak, so we're going to try and fix it. All right. That macro lens we just used, we're going to actually use it for real now. This is why I had it ready, so we could do this. This is still one of my favorite shots of all time to get. Look at that. That's just so cool. Ridiculous. Can't believe it's only a 7-pin print head. That's just stupid. It's so low res. All right, there we go. I'm gonna wait for the camera to settle, kinda. All right. So there we go. We can see all 7 pins of the print head basically come right up to the front. I'm hoping a little bit that it's not like something where they sand it after they run it up to the front, because it almost looks kind of like they did that. Hopefully I can realign it correctly enough manually, but it's definitely go as flush as you possibly can. Maybe it's just sanded smooth from, you know, decades of having the ribbon run over it. Maybe that's it. How many bits to force you to clean it immediately? No. Because of the ribbon cable, no. That's the only reason we're not cleaning it. If I could disconnect the ribbon cable, I would be fine with that. But it's soldered, so just no. Look at the edge of the head, the ribbon standing there. Yeah, I was figuring that. Look, 7 minutes is all anyone needs. And we can run the LCR meter on the coil once it's off, just for kicks. All right, well, I'm reasonably satisfied with that shot. As far as having an idea of how far in that needs to go, the answer is yes. All the way in. LED displays that are 5 dots. All right. Oh, this sucks. Should I remove that one bar? I think I should. I think I should remove that and bring my silicone pad over here to rest between the keyboard and the ribbon. Where is thing pad? Here it is. All right. Minimize the risk for that. Yeah, as much as possible. That's what I'm thinking. You know, I'm really impressed. I have not encountered a single flathead on this thing. Typewriter? Oh, well, Cody, actually, it's a terminal. So, yeah, it's a DECWriter 2 hard copy terminal. Yeah, it's massive. So it only looks like a typewriter because you can't see any electronics because they're in a cabinet underneath of it. Yeah, we spent like, I've spent 3 weeks working on it. Ignored you again? What? Get twisted and change order. What are you talking about? I'm sorry if I ignored you. I didn't mean to. Ooh, I need to look at keys, not chat. Seeing a movie from the age of be super high tech. Oh, is it stuck to that? Or is it just been there for 50 years? I think it's actually glued to it. Just wondering that I'd love to see it try to render something utilizing N curses. Oh, no, 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 no. It's not going to do N curses, but ASCII art is completely possible. Do I have hot glue? Kind of. Not a ton. There we go. That'll help a little. All right. Oh, hold on. Crushing a thing of probes. There we go. Yeah. If you pull out one of the pins, it can get messed up in order. If you pull out one pin, the pins can get messed up in their order. How? So it looks to me, it's just, let's zoom in here and let's look at this. So there is some kind of block here that the pins go through. And then they feed through this as another block before they go up to here. So I'm pretty sure that this will guide them. So if I pull out one, it should be able to go through there still, all the way up to the front. At least as far as I can observe. Purpose of the keyboard is programmed like you would do. So scope pixels, yes, but can move up and down at the head. Oh my gosh, I hope not. Oh, that sounds like a nightmare. I'm not on an end pin. This is a middle one. No, I think what our programmer's saying is that they're guided all the way through here, but then at this point, where there is another gap right here, after that, there's a slot. So they all go into basically a slot up front. So it's just the pins crammed in there like that. So if you remove one, then the other ones can jam in place. Yeah, I'm gonna have to hope that Philip is right. I see what you're talking about with the hot glue, putting that on the tip. I don't know if that would get enough of a bite. I would be more inclined to put the, what is it, E2000 glue I have, the slightly rubbery, tacky glue. Yeah, so Wesley, it's super weird. That's an end. It's on the end, but it's pin 3. So. Had to be assembled at the factory somehow. Well, if I'm right, they could have held the pins out and then sanded them down, but that's a complete guess. They also could have pushed them through farther than they needed to go, got them in the correct order by holding them and pushing them, and then pushed them back when they got them all in. So, all right. We can use a small amount of glue on the front. I think that'll be fine. It isn't a slot. Look up close again. They look like they're sitting in channels. Here, we can look at the footage. It is round around the sides. Actually, I think Philip might be correct. I don't know if I can zoom this for you guys. No. But do you see around the pins? They are, I think they might be channeled. So I think we might be okay. It might be impossible for them to slip down. They are definitely touching. But I think they may not be able to come fall into the other one slot. This is dot matrix, yes. All right, we're gonna hope for the best. Worst case, I'm reordering all the solenoid pins. I will call attention to this in the recording in case anyone uses this as a guide. See, DECWriter, I mean,
CHER 200, they are defiantly touching. Obviously just good friends.
End of line.
Chloe, thank you for the 200 bits. See, DECWriter made me think of Deck Talk. I mean, yes, they're both made by the company Deck, Digital Equipment Corporation. So culminated, I don't think the pins will push inwards. They extend outwards when you type. So I don't know if they'll go farther in. Right now it's .mtrix, yeah. All right, we're going to hope for the best. Okay. This is what I would call sucks.
ANTRYK9 subscribed at tier 2. They've subscribed for 8 months. And says, you know, I never know what to say in these sub-anniversary posts, so I will just say hello.
End of line.
I have an idea of what the problem is. Shelby's a professional something. Do not attempt to recreate it. Things you're about to see at home. Yeah. Angry K9, thank you for the tier 2 sub and for 8 months. I appreciate that. But hello back to you. All right, let me show you what I am currently seeing. I'm going to use the macro lens again. The lubrication may not be the issue, and we may not be able to fix this. All right. Here is an undisturbed coil. Something that I was not expecting, but should have probably occurred to me, is it's potted. And you know what else? It's on a plastic spool. You know what also doesn't like heat? Oh my gosh, camera, cooperate. Okay, this is like way too close for it. One moment. Ah, that's a fingernail. Potting and plastic spools. So it could be that the coils jiggled around in there and they're no longer in the optimal position. So it may not have shorted them, but it may have repositioned them all. So anyway, it's not like you're gonna make it worse. Yeah, but it might be a waste of time here to try and do this. Oh well. All right, let me try and record this. This is gonna suck. That's pretty good. That just looks like there's a texture of a coil on it because of the refraction index. It doesn't even look real. That's hilarious. It looks like a PlayStation 2 game where it's just like, and here's a coil and it's just a flat wall. Made of paper wrap printed, yeah. Oh, gosh. Okay. Stop jiggling. All right, excuse the camera jiggle. This is very macro zoomed, but I noticed this as I was moving the head around, trying to get a look at where the wires are going. This is a good solenoid on this. And this is the one that got a little roasty toasty. So even though it didn't short, it looks like it tried to short, because there might be some enamel burnt off the side of that wire. Um, I think it melted the potting around the coil and maybe the plastic core. Um, so yeah, this may not be salvageable. So re-drill the spool. No, the camera does not have stabilization. Blackmagic's don't. I would have to get a lens with stabilization. Let the rest of the smoke out. It'll be fine. So I may not try and re-drill it. I might try and just poke a different needle or something through. I don't know. This is looking kind of rough. I almost want to pull two out and feel the difference. Time to 3D print a new spool. I would have to rewrap the coil, which, I mean, is theoretically possible, but okay, I think I can take off those two screws and lift this to see which ones go where. The insulation of the copper wire looks damaged. You probably need to rewind it. Probably. We're going to try without it, though. Acetone melt the old one out, yeah. All right, looking at this, the entire metal print head mechanism seems to attach here with two screws. The only reason I want to remove that is so that I can see where the wires go along here so that I can desolder the one coil before I try and loosen it. So let's remove that. It's almost like they don't want you to remove this. That's like on there. Really broken DECWriter still go for like 10 times what I paid for this. Okay. Now I need to be extra careful. All right. Let me use tweezers, try and feed my way around there to isolate those. Oh, well, that's convenient. It's looking like it's going to be the very end one. Yep. All right, then. Couldn't have got much luckier than that. I'm going to go ahead and screw the head back down now. Mr. the No, yeah, or Mr. the Cow, yeah, you're right, punishing. That is all this is at this point. Okay, so now we desolder those two wires right there, and we can remove that solenoid. That's one. And that's two. Yeah, Philip, the bar is pretty low on making an improvement. Oh, that one didn't fully detach. Jeez. There was a complete print head sold on eBay some time ago. Price pictures are gone. Yeah, I did see that too. So I was trying to look up information. Oh my gosh, this one just does not want to let go. There we are. All right, that head is now loose, so we can try and release pressure on this screw to get this off.
The swarm of dead insects gifted a tier 1 sub to DJ Doey. They have given 17 gift subs in the channel.
End of line.
Hecubus, yeah, I'm going to the VIP opening. Not from being a YouTuber or anything, you just sign up for it. If they knew who I was, they might offer to do something more, but I don't want that. This guy here, what's new? I don't even know. But a Swarm, thank you for the gift sub there. I appreciate that. All right, let's see. Will this fit in here? No. Great. Means I got to use this. Okay, so tight that way, so I want to loosen it. I already checked. I do not have wrenches this small here, so this is a problem. I did forget one thing I wanted to do. I don't think it matters, but I did not mark which wire went to which pad. I'm pretty sure it's AC, but I might be wrong. No, it's not AC, it's DC. Oh, did I need to do that? All right, well, I'm going to have to hope that in the footage I can see which one, top or bottom, goes to which pad. Drat. I'm gonna grab my big multi-tool. The head is narrower and it can bite better. It's gonna scratch up that nut really bad though, but I'm kind of running out of options. That just work? Oh my gosh, it worked. Gerber, yep. All right, I was gonna say, man, it's really hot in here, but it's hot because I have the camera exhausting heat directly into my face. Okay, now the fun part, we have to loosen the solenoid, which does not have a fitting thing on it. Maybe I need to back this out all the way and then use that. All right, that's going to be my best option. So this is only lots of magic smoke? Yeah. It kind of works, but yeah. Makes you think how they put this together in the first place? With Loctite. Which is why my job's so hard now. All right, here we go. Oh, I don't like that. So there's not a lot of threads there. I think I might just be damaging threads. We're not doing that. How do we get this off? Might not even be Loctite. Might just be good old-fashioned rust. Slot at the bottom? Nah, because we can look at the manual. It clearly threads directly in. That's how it works. Heat it up. We disabled that feature though. Screw the end. No, it's not. It might actually be the pin, but it's really hard to tell. I'm going to go with it isn't, but if it were, on the good ones, I could push on it. No, it's not. The thread backwards? I don't think so, because it's the same as this bolt. Oh, this sucks. Of course, that won't fit around there. This is a tough one. I am not sure how to attempt this. So this is a grip mat designed to keep things from slipping. I'm going to try and just pinch the end and twist. Nope. I don't know if the rubber band would quite do it. There's a tape wrapped around the end. Yeah. I did have a brief thought here. Although, no, that's probably not a strong enough metal. I was going to say I could possibly get something into there and wedge it. It's like, that's possible. Oh. Angry canine, that's cool. Hopefully it goes smoothly for you. Oh, that did it. I got it to turn just a little bit by wedging that in there. It is unfortunately right up against the edge still, so that's not going to be tremendously easy. If I can find just the right size flat blade, I might be able to get enough of a bite to get it started to something meaningful. These pins can snap. All right, I'll keep that in mind and be extra careful with it. So narrow, oh, not narrower than that. Hold on. Oh, come on. Well, that's frustrating. Turning clockwise. You know what? Yeah, you're right. If I can break loose whatever crud it is. Nope, it just hates that one spot. Ah. Yeah, I can get it loose enough there. Oh, that's hilarious. Actually, for giggles, if I tighten it, yeah, it visibly sticks out more. Don't stab yourself when it inevitably jerks free. That is a nice thought. Unmount the board again so you have more room? No, because there's another solenoid directly under it. The board doesn't really do a whole lot. Okay, I'm going to try and use the nut with it. This is probably a bad idea. Yeah, I'm calling that a bad idea. Can you see the threads on the inside of the head? No. There's like a little channel that it goes through there. Anyway, I'm going to go back to what I was going to do. I'm going to wrap it with tape and then wrap my pliers with tape and then try and bite into it that way. So maybe I'll only put the tape on it. It's a jam nut, not a lock washer. So a lock nut in particular has a nylon bushing in it that you crush. This one, you just mash the threads up against each other. This is working. Okay, got it to rotate it enough. I can do the next part. Turning it makes the stick out pin more. Well, I could, but I'm gonna not. I would rather not do it that way. Oh my gosh, it stays so tight. Yeah, now if I had some PB Blast or something here, I could just run it down in there and shake this. That would probably break it free. Little WD-40, no. The best I got is 3-in-1 oil, which might do something. I don't know. Or never mind. I got the tape to stick well enough. It's almost ahead. That's one more full pass back out. So far, this pattern's working. I'm gonna not introduce oil yet. I think this will work. The pin has words. If you can read this, you broke your print head. Yeah. Check the pin rotates before you continue. Oh, it's very receded in there now. It makes much troublesome auto mechanics. This is nuts. You know what's funny is I was going to start the stream with me laying on my back underneath of it with a 10mm ratchet. Trying to reach up, say, hey, pass me the oil filter. We're going to do an oil change on this because it's not actually wrong for what I initially thought was wrong. Looks like you got it moving. Yeah, it did. Oh, I might be past. Yep, I think I am. I think it's just going to come out now. All right. This is going to be a moment of truth here in a moment. Okay. Gosh, that is nuts. Why is it not recording on this camera anymore? The drive's full! Really? What quality I did some test recordings with the Black Magic for Usagi Electric because he was curious about the camera. I left it at the absolute max highest quality full bit rate that I can possibly do at the end of that recording session, it seems. So I'm going to restart that. There's going to be like 30 seconds of video on that drive. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. just need to find another 500 gig drive. One moment. Oh, that was great. I am so glad I'm not using these 4 terabyte drives, because it would have just gone on and I wouldn't have known. Then I would have had to go edit the video at home and been like, why is this a 5 terabyte project? All right, I guess we're using a 256 gig drive. Gigabit video bit rate. I'm not sure that you're wrong. I can't remember if it's like 250 megabytes per second or 256 megabits per second, but it's something along those lines. Oh, man. That was hilarious. All right. 5 terabytes for 10 seconds of video. No. I meant like the total thing when I'm done, it would be that much. All right. All right, this is actually one of those artist brag posts on Instagram where it's a piece of paper and then they turn it and it turns out it was flat the whole time and they drew this. All right, so here is the full solenoid removed. Let me get the paper or the tape off of the end because we're probably not gonna need that to put it on. At least I hope not. Come on, tear off. Okay, now the pin is real bendy, which I was kind of expecting after I saw how this goes in there, so that's not too surprising. But this is the question I really want to know, is what kind of resistance is there on it? I don't think I can feel it move. Oh, nope. It is, wow, it's not a lot of movement. Yeah, I'm only pulling straight out to try and feel the friction on it. It feels kind of normal. Yeah, I'm starting to think that it just got roasted. Also, that pin's hole is still clear. Also, color color the wires to prevent disaster. I already messed up and didn't pay attention to how they go in there, so I'm gonna have to pay attention to which side is top or bottom of the solenoid. No, it does move. It's just barely at all here. Let me try and record the amount of movement it has, because I think it's just less than I would have guessed. So conveniently, this is on paper, so we can draw on it. So the tip of the head is right there. And if I just slightly pull, oh, it's rough. Yeah, I really don't want to break it. This is a terrible angle for this. It's really hard. I swear I could feel it, though. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm feeling like stick on my the finger skin thing, like, bending around. Yeah, there you can kind of see it. I don't know if it can move more than that. I don't think I want to find out. All right, well, I'm still not recording in this camera because it's not formatted. Oh my gosh. I want to scream. Oh, that's real nerve-wracking, Hellencroft. I guess I could. I'm going to try it off camera, which is, like, not a smart idea, but whatever. Yeah, they really don't want to move a whole lot. So that might just be normal amount of movement. Oh, it's a good day. It's the day for a good scream. Yeah, no kidding. Cosmic, yes, but I don't want to risk them. If I had a spare, I would just swap it in. Yeah, it is incredibly tiny movement. And I've clamped the solenoid to the desk, and if I grab the the edge of it here with tweezers, and I lightly push on that, you can see it does ever so slightly move, which I compared against ones that are still in the head, and that seems to be about the amount of correct movement, and it feels like about the right amount of force. So I'm not too sure that I can do this, because if that's how little movement there is, I definitely can't just have it poke out slightly farther than the other ones and try and get more force out of it that way. So yeah, this solenoid might just be toast. I mean, there's no way I can definitively measure this without damaging stuff. Just rewind it. The winding is part of the problem. I think the winding has become misshapen in that the carrier for the winding is now no longer optimally shaped for producing a magnetic field. Actually, I should say these words on, like, in a good recording. So I think what has happened here, based on looking at the melted spool in there, the carrier shape hub thing, however you want to think about it, spool for the wire, has melted, and the shape is no longer optimal for generating magnetic force. It should be like a perfect circle. Now it's like crushed or whatever in there. So I think this just may not be translating enough force into the pin to be able to do that because it has misshapen. So yeah, it may not be repairable. Closer look, yeah. Man, that's about as good as it's gonna get. Really not looking good in there. I can see the coils crossing over each other. Can we take the nut off all the way? I mean, yes, but it's like solid metal up through the whole thing. Taking the nut off isn't going to gain us any more access to anything. Yeah, it's fitted in the top. So the way that this thing is assembled is the top is crimped over, and this is not thin metal here. The top is crimped over. That's slotted down in there. So we would have to uncrimp this and then put it back together after. That if I can find a wrecked head, I will gladly swap them out, but it's not going to happen. It'll probably just be a used one that someone who buys one of these junks the thing for and sells them for scrap. So, now, even then, I'll probably end up paying more for the head than I paid for the whole thing. Did you verify why power's going to the solenoid? We got that fixed. That part's fine now. Surprised he doesn't have a lathe. You know how scary a lathe is when you got long hair? It'll look like a serration around a screwed in shell or something. Not that. Oh, yeah. No. It's, yeah. Man. I kind of killed all my hope of being able to fix the thing. Can anybody think of anything that isn't rewinding the spool? Because that spool is trash, and no, I'm not 3D printing one. Before I try and put it back, use flat screwdriver to bend edge back out while holding it on the desk. I mean, I don't think we're going to get anything out of taking the spool out at this point. Flood it with 3-in-1 oil? I mean, I can drip it all over down in there. Heat the pin and move it. That sounds a lot like I would destroy it. I'm cool with the 3-in-1 oil down the thing, just so that I tried it. Why is there residue in the bottom of the 3-in-1 oil? I'm only going to get 2-in-1 if some of it's settled. Yeah, Playful, I'm saying it's about the same. I did try to check that. Yeah. It's impossible to realistically tell without being so aggressive that I risk damaging it. Because you got to keep in mind, that sucker is thin. Alright, I'll record this part. Oh, it should still be recording. This is going to be a nightmare to edit. Alright, I'm going to try and put 3-in-1 oil on this still, just for giggles, I guess, because I don't think this is going to change anything. Just in case. So I'm just barely moving this in and out. Hook up to a waveform generator and leave it exercising overnight. It's an interesting idea. It takes a lot of voltage, though, doesn't it? You know, I could be convinced it's actually sticking at the top of the action. There's like no way for me to convey it. But if I hold it up at the top, it kind of jerks when it goes back, but it also could be me holding it up against the side of the thing. Winding is 3.6 ohms or whatever, like all of the other ones are. Or just print a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I kind of tried that. It didn't really get a huge change, but maybe. Yeah, Philip, yeah. We'll see when I put it back. I'm just trying desperately not to shear the thing off. Thinner lubricant, this is what I got. I can't tell if it moves more now. I feel like I may have pushed it past something, so maybe. I don't know. I'm a little scared of that. Just a whole bottle of replacement magic smoke. Well, I'm pretty sure it was the epoxy and the plastic now that I've seen that. I think of two possible causes doesn't work, either shorted turn in the winding slowed down or the melted plastic is blocking the movement. I'm leaning towards melted plastic at this point. There's no way I can drill something this small. This pin is tiny. It is not tapered. But I feel like I may have actually got it to move farther. I might have actually made a change. What are you looking at? I am exercising the solenoid that got roasted on the DECWriter. This one does, yeah. Yeah, Philip, after you, like, made springs for that manual typewriter, holy moly. I'm getting it to tap now. There's no way I'm going to get that to show up on mic. I might have exercised it through something. This might have actually been valid. No way. Yeah, so I no longer feel the ridge that was there. And it very, very positively stops now. I'm now slightly optimistic. Break it until it's fixed. Yep, that tracks. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to see if I can get that audio to show up on camera. Hold on. You're not going to be able to see it. You're just going to hear it. Oh, you know what would make more sense if I just use the other microphone in my two microphone set. It didn't do that before. Stop, put it back in. I think maybe. I'm going to use the air compressor down in there to try and blow out the excess oil. Looking a bit better. Say it's full millimeter. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. Why is this not recording again? Hold on. I want recording of that. All right. I've put drops of 3-in-1 oil down the pin and exercised it, and I think I've actually made some difference here. You can hear that. I'm getting it to slam up against the end. I'm getting it to slam up against the end of its movement, and I don't think it would reach there before, so I might have worked it past something, because it feels a lot more solid and firm now. So I'm going to try... Excuse me. So I'm going to try and put this back and see if it works. Suggests run warm for a good while. So my suspicion is that... Oh, there's no air in the compressor. My suspicion is that when I started testing it, and I completely forgot that I was typing and that was heating it up, but it was only the time that I was actively typing that it was actually putting any heat into it, so that it didn't get hot for long, but it got hot very quickly. How many hours of footage? Well, I mean, we've only been live for 2 hours total, so not that much. All right, now I'm just cleaning out excess oil. I'm so glad I had an open camera lens right there. And then there were no sparks nearby. That aerosolized so much. Still feels good. Oh gosh. What just happened? Only the finest of decisions. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording here. Oh, that was fantastic. You crying or laughing? I might be gasping because I'm breathing oil now. Oh, man. By the way, there's this dot right here in the image. I don't know what that is. There's a good chance that it's something inside of this lens, which really sucks because this is like a $400 lens. Oh, my gosh. That was amazing. Okay. Here's what we're doing to start, though. I need to look at this drive and see if I can figure out which wire goes to which pad on here before I try and put this back in. So give me one moment while we review footage. Hopefully this got recorded, because if I have to rely on the good, it did. Not great though. I forgot I was far away. Okay, come on. Where is it? I got one free.
At tier 1. They've subscribed for 43 months, currently on a 43-month streak. And says can't believe that the DECWriter chose Rick and not Tree today.
End of line.
SpiceBot, thank you for the 43 months there. I appreciate that, of tier 1 sub. We don't know if it picked trick or treat yet. Both are possible. All right. Probably going to hear me.
Britain had solar on eBay some time ago. Price pictures are gone. Yeah, I did see that too. Just trying to look up information.
Okay. So if I'm seeing this right, I wish I could frame by frame on here. If I pulled out my laptop, we could. The wheel zooms more, which is helpful in a way, but not in the way that I want. I can't play backwards. All right. Nope, that's both wires free. Don't want that. Okay, I don't know if I can... This might do it. Okay, I'm going to be ready to stop here. Okay, so... There's one that's yellow and roasty. Actually, only one of them looks like that. Okay, I can identify which wire is sticking out. I know which one it is. Yeah, I can tell you exactly which one that is. And I think it's the inner one that I was trying to solder on still. So that goes to the outer? Yes. Okay. So outer, inner. I'm going to do a thing that I don't like to do. You know what? I'm just going to put tape on it. I was going to say I'm going to Sharpie it, but nah. I'm going to put tape on it. So yeah, the memory in the wire wouldn't work because I really manhandled it. Okay. Wonder how that solenoid was assembled? Very carefully. Okay. We've got 56 minutes left of recording time and 15 minutes left to stream. Let's bust a move. All right, I just reviewed my footage for where the two wires went. This one has a distinct browning on the sleeve that the other one does not. So I was able to use that to identify this one is going to the outside. This one goes to the inside. But first, we have to rethread this, which is going to be a little hair-raising. Oh, okay. So the thread of this sticks through... Oh my gosh. So... Oh, man. I have to nail the threading into this block. That's the first one. Oil the threads first? Yeah, I can do that. Just a very, very light oil. Okay, this is going to suck. So yeah, I have to get it fed into that tiny little silver dot there. That's where it has to go. I'm going to do this, but I'm prioritizing what I can see over what the camera can see. Oh, that's interesting. Either this was replaced at some point then, or their parts were sticking around for a really long time. Got it. Okay. I have no idea on earth how this is going to work up here now. Okay, so I see it, but it is hitting something. Okay, well, this is where this gets super de-duper fun now. Because I believe I'm going to have to rip this off. So what I'm about to do is tape the solenoid to the other solenoids. Then I'm going to try and pry that deck thing off of the top. Maybe, I don't know, I might be able to wiggle it to get it into position. This is a tough one. Let me try something a little weird with the tape first. See if I can maybe hold it in without making it stick. Okay, so that will let me move it, but it's still going to stay in place. Oh boy. So this up here is the problem. So if I pull it back, you'll see its pin there. Yeah, right there. And no way, I think I just got it. Did I? No. No. Yeah, it's still stuck. So there's my multiple levels of things it has to go through. Yeah, I don't think I can adjust that. I really think I'm gonna have to pull the top off. That's unfortunate because it is pretty. Wow, this is just filled with ink crud anyway. Jeez. I'm going to try and be careful about it because I'm pretty sure this is an aluminum label. I might be able to put it back on. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure I can see anything up there. Just give me the screaming heebie-jeebies. Yeah, I'm not thrilled about this either. Okay, that might be enough. This sucks. There's definitely more access to that right there. Hold on, I'm going to grab a flashlight. I'll be right back. It's not there. It's on my desk. Somewhere. It's on the table. Yeah, so you can see the pins down in there. Gets a lot more difficult further up, so I'm just going to try and bend it to right there. Okay. So where is the one? Okay. I think I just need to pinch these all together here. Oh my gosh, it's so close. Okay. So that's it. It's the one that's out of alignment right there. I just need to get it in line with the other ones. This sucks. I'm taking off the tape. My best guess is that it's angled down, but it needs to go slightly up. And the way these tweezers are shaped, that's not happening. Added a curl to the tweezer so I can try to kind of hook it up and in. One more curl. Well, Solenoid's got very limited influence on it at this point because it goes through so many other channels. So the only thing I can really do is push it in or out. Everything else is entirely dependent on what I can guide with the tweezer. That's in. Oh! Just trying to get the thread started on the back. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Ah! Okay. That was an adventure.
Schneid says CHEER 200 in like a pin.
End of line.
Smart, thank you for the 200 bits. I think one more total rotation will be in the ballpark of where it was originally. Okay. I still don't see it. Watch it snapped off. I see it. The prodigal pin has returned. All right, I'm going to call that alignment. I can align the pin by rotating it or not, so that's too far out. And then This will be too far in, but it's real, excuse me, it's real tiny and difficult to see. So you're just going to have to take my word for it. All right, we're going to the right there. Now I'm going to lock it down. And instantly moved it, so I will re-torque one last time before I cinch this nut down. Right there. Double check. That looks good. Okay. And nothing ever happened up there. Oh. I'm not putting this under the tape yet. I can do that later. I just want to know if it works. Okay. The solenoid moves. We know that. All right. So now I can mount this back, and then I will have to reset my gap here, which I will do in a moment. Why do I have two screws up here? Those go to the ribbon holder. That's fine. Okay, belt is in tooth. Would have bought another DECWriter. There weren't two of them because I would have bought both. Because I have a problem, and that problem is not enough hard copy printing terminals. Okay. Let me get my standard calibration floppy sleeves, which I did erroneously call labels in the upcoming video. So this moves back and forth. The head itself is slotted, and by sheer coincidence, 2 5¼ floppy disk sleeves, or at least these 2, are the perfect size to stick this up against and then tighten in place. Tractor paper is best paper. Okay. Moment of truth. All right, I'm going to turn it on. And, oh, you're doing, oh, it probably wants me to press the paper button. Okay, maybe I didn't get the calibration quite right there. Depth lever was all the way in, yes. I'm just gonna kind of cram it up against there. All right, let's try this one more time. Oh my gosh, the pin came back. It works! Yes! The DECWriter 2 is fully repaired. Oh my gosh. Well, that is awesome. So I'm pretty sure that plastic spool melted, jammed onto the pin, and then the pin was getting caught. So my opening it and manually exercising it cleared the way. Oh, man. That is such a relief. I did not fully murder the solenoid. Oh, awesome.
Ultimate says CHEER 200. You are one lucky. This word delighted for automat reasons.
End of line.
Yeah,
JOHNLEGO
That's some
100
insane luck.
SICHEER 500.
End of line.
Oh, Ben, thank you for the 200 bits. Schmide, if I didn't say it earlier, thank you for the 200. And John Lego, thank you for the 500 bits there. Oh, man. So, let's see. I don't know how to do to tell it, like, yeah, the paper's fine, don't worry about it. This is a typing test. Line feed, line feed. Oh yeah, line feeds are good when you want to do that. This is a typing test. Look at it. It's beautiful. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to wrap it up here. That is such a relief to get that print head working. And that'll be it for this second channel video. So thanks for bearing with me while I did that. I think you can understand why that level of risk was something I didn't want to attempt in the first video, but it was definitely worth it. All right, boom, second channel video done. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it works. Holy moly. Jeez. I think I almost missed the entire stream, only be just in time for the final fix. Not only to put the wires back under the tape. Yeah, I can do that later. We do need to wrap up stream. We're 14 minutes over time, but I saw the light at the end of the tunnel and I was ready for it to be over one way or another, so I wanted it to finish. Oh my gosh, ASCII art. So right now, I don't have a way of attaching this to anything else. I think I want to build Helen Croft's RS-232 to 20 milliamp current loop adapter, so I got to order some parts. Oh man, I cannot believe I didn't absolutely murder the pin. That is insane. I'm so excited. Oh, it's fully working now. It's like it's done. It's done. Jeez. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Well, all right. Yeah, I should wrap this up. Oh man. That was one of those lose sleep at night kind of things, because it's not like it was broken and I couldn't fix it. I broke it. That I did not like. I really hate it when I break stuff. Oh man. Oh. Pin fire and smoke scare the other day was nothing. No, it was not insubstantial. We've done some stuff to it, but through some dumb luck, got it just in time. Take Lord 7 working pens over Ben, yeah. Oh, man. I'm really happy right now. But I probably should wrap this up. Oh, man. That is such a relief. Oh my gosh. Look at current loop schematic. Maybe we can hack something similar together. All right. It looked pretty not bad. I'm just going to have to order parts for something. He mod it for bitmap printing. I don't intend on making any modifications to it other than a DIY RS-232 adapter. Now we get back to plotters. Too much printer for now. Yeah. Now oil the other pins. They don't need it. The last thing I need is to oil the other pins and then have them strike harder and darker, and then that one goes back to looking faint. I'm not upsetting the balance. Oh man, Spin Rider's closer to a daisy wheel. Okay, so I would have lost my mind if I managed to get my hands on a Diablo 360 instead. I think that any Diablo teletype printer, typewriter, terminal thing would be insane, even though they're daisy wheel. That's like my holy grail version of this, aside from a printing Selectric. I mean, that's the ideal, but that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I would love a Diablo, but this is still really, really good. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Not any test pattern gen on the device. I have no idea. I haven't read the manual for that kind of stuff, because I was too busy hunting down other problems. So yeah, and any old daisy wheel the first, you get it. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So yeah, there's a reason I want a Diablo. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that's insane. I gotta run the outro though here. Oh man, I'm still coming down from it. Man, though, that was crazy. Non-field serviceable part, yeah. I would not trust the random technician who's just coming in to tick the box that they showed up to do that. That was pretty hairy. Oh man. Saw the hidden note in the video and got a NAM flashback. Yeah. Oh, now buy a MacBook Pro. Why would I buy a MacBook Pro? Everybody, thanks for the stream. Well, I appreciate that, Cosmic. Raid Majenko. Oh my gosh. don't know if I can. Is Majenko live? There's a raid button. I don't know why it's a parachute. Let's see. Majenko just went live, almost like they're fishing for something. Sure. All right. It was as live as he ever gets. Well, that's going to be it for now. Thank you all for hanging out and for the support. It really does mean a lot to me. You make stuff like this possible, and the help in trying to work through stuff. Because, I don't think I could have got this thing fixed without the help from everyone. Especially after I almost killed that solenoid. I was about ready to pack this thing up and just never look at it again. And tuck my head down, and hang the tail in shame. It was not good. So, I really appreciate you all being here and hanging out with me for this stuff. Yeah, that is going to be it for now. If you enjoyed this stream, you may want to follow to be notified when I go live again next. If you want to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon or get a shirt like this one. But that's it for now, and I will see you next time. I got too many buttons to click because I'm starting a raid. Where's the printer button? It's way over here. All right, bye.